Good morning, my loves. Class in session. All right. How are my beautiful angels today on this beautiful summer solstice? Yep, it is a gorgeous day here in Houston, Texas, 2024. And it's also a full moon, so I'm creeping on in. And again, I hope everybody's staying positive and in high spirits and judging less and loving more. So today I come to you to speak on veganism and how important it is to me. How was everybody's Juneteenth? I hope everybody had a wonderful Juneteenth. We should all celebrate that. That is a day when a part of our human species was released from slavery. And so that's so important. That is like super important. And so here I am now trying to free the animals and the enslavement of animals. And some homework, watch Cowspiracy and Earthling on YouTube, and they will change your life forever. I even stopped feeding I'm vegan, and I have been now almost 2 years. And but I was not aware, that the little worms had feelings and that they have a nervous system. So I stopped feeding my bearded dragon the little wormies. And so he's going to be vegan with me, and he'll be just fine. So I would really love for anybody to watch that. It's an eye-opener, and it's hard to make it all the way through, and I'm not going to lie, I bawled my eyes out. It's not easy, disclaimer, but it's worth it, and it needs to be watched because we've got to bring more awareness to this. It is just, it's a really, 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 really tough thing to touch on. So I want to get into it. I want to get into the Torah, and this is the first book of the Bible, and, I'm still learning the Bible and the beautiful Bible and the Torah. But this is what, not only, of course, me being led to veganism by the Spirit of God, that being number one. It didn't even start out being for to save the animals, etc. I didn't know how bad the animals were being. Yes, it did. But in my mind, I did not know because I was not aware. And so through this, Spirit has led me to down this path to see how horrible this is, and that we were never meant to be meat eaters, and that we were always meant to eat plants, animals as well. I believe in my heart. Believe what you want, but after I read these scripts out of the Torah, maybe it'll change your mind just a little, and then maybe you can start seeking some knowledge yourself. I gotta let my kitty witty in, my little Oliver. Hold on. Yes, hello. Oliver says hello, and I know he does, and he is, I want to say he's kind of my number one familiar right now, and he hopped up in my lap yesterday, and I was on Amazon checking out some hemp protein powder, and he put it in my cart for me. I said, okay, well, I got to get it. So, because real quick before I get into this, I will say, on my diet, I've got instructor, and so I am just down to pretty much fruits and vegetables. I do a little cassava flour chips, minimum sodium, but I even had to remove the pea protein. I want to just make everybody aware of this. Even my dear friend, she was not aware. And to whoever is drinking or using them as meal supplements, the protein powders, they have a lot of them nowadays have the pea protein in them. And the pea protein is high in lectins. And if you're like me and you're Lucy, be nice. If you're like me, I'm very, very sensitive to lectins, meaning I can't eat bananas. I can, but it gives me a lot of irritability and sickness and stuff. I don't want to go into detail. So like bananas, beans, nuts. So that's why a lot of that is, high in protein. So I'm having to find these other things to supplement. And so, but I did not know. I was using this for several months now, and I had no idea that the pea protein was high in lectins until now, but it's okay. And so what I'm doing is I might try, I think I'm going to either do a homemade one, but I want to say Dr. Gundry has a good one too. But we use hemp seed protein powder, or you can just use hemp seeds. So I would love my own homemade recipe. It's really tough, and I'm going to keep you updated on this next time and let you know how this is going, because this was hard for me to let go of my Truvani and my own. And I'm not completely letting go. I'm just saying it's hard for me to, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Let me just say that. That's in limbo, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If I drink it, I'm going to be irritated. And so I've got to find a supplement other than that. So I found the hemp protein powder that Ollie put in my cart. And then I also found, you think I'm joking, but I'm not, I promise you. I promise you 1,000% my cat, I'm telling you, spirits work that way. And and then I'm going to find other things. I've got to find a sweetener supplement, like a true monk fruit, some type. And I've got to find, I could probably do some pumpkin too, some like organic canned pumpkin, because I try to keep my fruits and vegetables organic, because I don't eat much. So what I do want to eat, I want it to be as clean as possible. Everything. I don't do any milks anymore. It's just pure water, just water, and then minimal fruits and vegetables. And I can't eat a whole lot because I don't need it. Our bodies really don't need whatever, but all the things that that the American standard American diet, SAD diet says. And so God has brought me here to show everybody, to show myself, and so I can show everybody that our bodies don't require all of that junk and the meat, number one, and then all the processed foods and the sugar and stuff, that we should be eating plant-based, definitely plant-based, all the way. And so me, I'm just weird. I'm just different. See, for me, I can't, I'm so like the lectins and all that. But most people are able to eat the beans and et cetera, et cetera. So this is amazing, and I still can. I just am very moderation and at certain times. So, I require, I'm going to get my protein shake right. And that way, because I'm a big blueberry, raspberry, and my spinach and kale mixed up in my protein shake, and so, with the hemp seeds is what I was doing before when I was trying to put on weight, when I was putting on a little weight. So I can eat those fresh, of course, but I've got to get that protein into my body, right? And so, I've got a way to get this hemp seeds protein powder. I've tried it with just the water and with just the veggies, and I couldn't hack it. So I've got to find something. I've got to find something to eat and to supplement, because I like that too. It's aesthetically pleasing. Like, I love my Daya pizzas and the Clo pizzas. Again, I just have to, when I do it out for a couple days, I'll have some issues. But let me stop on that, because I don't want to ramble off into that. How important it is that what we put in our bodies. This would be like breakfast for me. So, and what our bodies really require. So, because when God originally put us here, so anyways, when he originally put us here, and I'll start right here, The Torah. So this is where I've started. So at Genesis it says, I'm not going to go, a lot of us, hopefully you've read Genesis and you know the beginning of it. And it says right here, I'll read it to you because I see others reading. And so I'm going to read this to you, my beautiful little loves. And I'm sending you love and light as I speak right now, and compassion. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my life and to be able to wake up this morning. What are you grateful for? Is it the shoes on your feet? That fancy belt buckle? That beautiful gold chain or silver chain? But really, we should be grateful for it. It's the small, that's great. Yes, you should be grateful for that. But sometimes it's good to just say, God, thank you. Thank you for just letting me be alive and enjoying this planet. And, hey, if you don't have those things, I don't have those things. I don't have a speck of gold in my drawer in there. And because it would not bring me any more happiness. What brings me happiness is just being able to wake up every day and breathe the air and the freshness that God gives me every day, the breath of life, the ruach, the spirit of life, and love and humility and kindness and compassion, and to always do the right thing even when no one's looking. Integrity. The 10 Commandments, always thinking about the 10 Commandments, and the verses in the Bible that Spirit leads me to, and again, I want to touch on this, my angels. Yes, we say no witchcraft, etc. in the Bible. It was necessary because we are all magicians. We really are. We all have God in us and waiting to be awakened. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm pushing for the QC. I'm doing that on TikTok and Instagram, slowly but surely. And then I'm just going to start maybe putting the banishing ritual out there. Why not? If we're awake, we can see the sin in the world. It is greed. It is gluttony. Greed and gluttony. And the meat, number one. And it starts with the little things. And if you can remove the meat, and then, the meat. Remove the meat, the dairy. It's all bad for you. Again, Earthling, the documentary Earthling on YouTube, or the documentary Cowspiracy on YouTube. And they're a must watch. You have to see. And we have to fight for more plant-based wonderful things. And I promise you, let me tell you, you must try. And I know it's an addiction and it's hard to give up. And I cried, okay? Just like I bawled my eyes out when I had to give up my Truvani, every day and all that, the lectins fuck with me. And so, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so here I sit, I'm gonna be okay. And I'm still happy. I don't need food to make me happy. I have the Spirit of God within me. And that's what makes me happy, is her, hims, whatever you want to call them, shims, the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God. And I'm just so grateful. It's Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat. Please try it. Oh my gosh, the meatballs. I'm gonna buy some today or tomorrow. I'm buying some meatballs tomorrow. I want to cry. I want to cry because I got mascara on. Eye makeup. This company, thank you. It is actually a wonderful tasting, and it's just like a meatball that tastes just like a meatball. The Italian flavoring, the beet juice, the way they pull it off is just like, and guess what? I have strong stomachs to that, and I can cook with meat. And from now on, though, I put gloves on because of what I read in the Torah. I won't touch it, but I don't judge it, and I bless it. I bless the meat before I feed it to my other half. And he is on the way to veganism. He's made it halfway there. So, you know, God is good, and you know, and if he doesn't, hey, you know, hey, that's fine. You know, I'm still gonna rock my world all day long, and I'm still gonna rock veganism, and I'm still gonna be me. But he will, he will, guaranteed, because I wouldn't have it any other way. Hello, I'm Mary Magdalene. So, you know, and I'm just giving him time and letting him be a kid. So, when God began to create heaven and earth, the earth being unformed and void, with darkness over the surface of the deep, and a wind from God sweeping over the water, she said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness, the yin and the yang. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, Layla. And there was evening, and there was morning, a first day. God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the water, that it may separate water from water." God made the expanse, and it separated the water which was below the expanse from the water which was above the expanse. And it was so. God called the expanse sky, and there was evening, and there was morning, a second day. On the third day, God said, "Let the water below the sky be gathered into one area. Let the dry land may appear, that the dry land may appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the gatherings of waters he called seas. And God saw that this was good. And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, seed-bearing plants, fruit trees of every kind on earth that bear fruit with the seed in it." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, seed-bearing plants of every kind, and trees of every kind bearing fruit with the seed in it. And God saw that this was good, and there was evening, and there was morning on that third day. God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate day from night. They shall serve as signs for the set times, the days and the years, and they shall serve as lights in the expanse of the sky to shine upon the earth." And it was so. God made the two great lights, the greater light to dominate the day, and the lesser light to dominate the night, and the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to shine upon the earth, to dominate the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that this was good. Come on, Pinky. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fourth day. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Come on. Come on. Come on. Lucy wants to say hi. Come on, Lucy. Come on, Lucifer. Come on. Come on, baby. Ah, good girl. Hi, baby. She's ready for a puff puff. Oh. Well, maybe we should all take a little smoke break, my smokers. She's so cute. Isn't she a star, y'all? She's my baby. She's baby woo-woo.
Sit down, baby boo boo. Look at Papa. Okay, hold on.
Marijuana therapy. This is important. So important. This is what I use this for energy. I use this as a food source. So, look at y'all. I'm getting muscles, y'all. So, yeah, I'm going to get those hemp seeds. That's going to be my main protein source. Papa? Don't worry, I'm not kissing my dog. I mean, not like French kissing. I kiss my dog all the time, but I'm not like French kissing her. That'd be a little awkward, but I don't judge. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you do, then hey, that's what you do, brother. Do not judge, I promise you that. Okay. Let's see. Cherry lemon gelato. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Oh. Class is in session, y'all. Even the cats now. My little familiars. My little Ollie. He's my little Amazon cart guy. He's my Kabbalah boy, I call him. I just started calling him that when I decided to keep him. Well, my daughter really talked me into it. He's the twin of the Nevaeh. Sissy is the mom. She's the gray one. But she's back with my boys. She's over at one of my besties' house, my ex-husband. She's over there with them and where my boys live at, all of them. So she's over there with Storm, my other cat that I gave to them. And so they're protectors over there, watching out, giving them so much love. Just what my ex-husband needed because Sissy, he's been wanting a cat that just comes and gets in his lap and he can love on. Well, guess what? She comes and she gets right next to him, not quite on the lap, but she gets right next to him and she loves, like Sissy is a lover, like pet me all day. Oh, well, not really, but she's just a sweet, sweet, sweet girl. So anyways, familiars. And after I watch those documentaries, I am a little bit I'm not gonna lie though, I'm a little hard on all my animals, human and non-human. And that's, you know what I'm saying, my children, and they will tell you, even my son, she's the beast. She's a beast. And I don't, now that I am who I am, I do what I do, I don't play, and I don't like sinful nature, and it just irritates me and gets to my soul. And so I'm like, with my daughter, the burn book she had, I had to fucking get the Bible and put it over there with it, I wasn't gonna toss it or burn it or nothing, because I'm not kind of juju like that. That's her stuff, and I would never ever damage nobody else's stuff. That would be so I set it there with the Bible, and I just sent it light and everything. I don't judge it. Okay, one more little puff, and we're going to get back to the Torah, y'all. All right, and veganism for all. Again, I'm not Frenching my dog. That would just be a little awkward. Little sweaty pits. A little, but see, they never smell anymore. I just don't even eat onion anymore. I don't. So anyways, back to the Torah. Apple keeps the doctor away, and apples do a body good, not milk. Milk will come, and they tell you in that milk will have you coming out looking like a cow, and I'm just saying, it's the truth. Kidding, not kidding. All right. God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky." Lights great to dominate the dark. All right. God said, "Let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures and birds that fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky." God created the great sea monsters and all the living creatures of every kind that creep, which the birds brought forth in swarms, and all the winged birds of every kind. And God saw that this was good. God blessed them, saying, "Be fertile and increase. Fill the waters of the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. God said, "Let the earth bring forth every kind of living creature, cattle, creeping things, and wild beasts of every kind." And it was so. God made wild beasts in every kind, and cattle of every kind, and all kinds of creeping things of the earth. And God saw that this was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. They shall rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the cattle, the whole earth, and all the creeping things that creep on earth." Well, you see, the animals were here before man, okay? And God created man in his image, and in the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Androgynous. God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fertile and increase, fill the earth and master it, and rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and all the living things that creep on earth." God said, I see, I give you every seed-bearing plant that is upon all the earth. Hey. And every tree, I give you every seed-bearing plant that is upon all the earth, and every tree that has seed-bearing fruit, they shall be yours for food. And to all the animals on land, to all the birds of the sky, and to everything that creeps on earth, say it, Lucy, preach it. In which there is the breath of life, I give all the green plants for food, and found it very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. there. How much more can they say? How much more can God say? He gives you this and he says, there. Right? Okay, but what happens? What happens? Adam and Eve have a child. Okay, so we go in, right? Eve eats an apple. Bullshit. Hush. Go outside. Okay. Don't go outside. Come on, baby. Anyway. So yes. So the heaven and earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that he had been doing, and he ceased on the seventh day from all the work that he had done. And this is why the Sabbath is very important, and for many reasons. For many, many reasons. Because we don't want to wear ourselves out, magicians. And we don't want to be greedy with our manna. All right? We get it 6 days a week. We don't need it on the Sabbath. Again, I will not build muscle. I'm not going to tear my muscle down and build it back up on the Sabbath. As far as tearing toilet paper, I'm going to tear it all day long because that's not what that means. But God bless y'all, the souls that believe that. You know what I'm saying? And I send you healing light, and that's just the fear. That's all. So on the seventh day, God finished the work, and he had been doing, and he ceased. And he rested, and he blessed that day and declared it holy. And he ceased from all work, the work of creation that he had done. And such is the story of heaven and earth when they were created. Come on, my baby. Earthling and Cowspiracy, please. Hence a man leaves his father and mother and clings to his wife so that they become one flesh. I think that's so beautiful. Okay, it says, the whole tree of fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden that said, you shall not eat of it or touch it lest you die. And the serpent said to the woman, the serpent, who is the serpent? Lilith, I don't know. Telling Eve, say, come on, love, we've got to get this knowledge. We have to know this knowledge. So everything happened for a reason. My ladies, we cannot carry around guilt saying, oh my God, I ate this and I shouldn't have eaten an apple. I shouldn't have eaten off the tree of knowledge, or I shouldn't have done this or shouldn't have done. No, my loves. Everything happened for a reason. So this is just God's beautiful story. It is what it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story, and it's true. And it is true, and in so many senses, and there's a backlog to it. So you just have to, again, you have to seek and you will find. And I speak about a lot of this, and through, through my videos, like, I'm channeling Mary Magdalene, I'm channeling God. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for eating and a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was desirable as a source of wisdom, talking about the tree of life, she took of its fruit and she ate. And I did, and I loved it. She also gave some to her husband, and he ate, and he has been eating it. And he hasn't been even doing the work, but the path work has been working for him, because in his heart he wants it. But it's hard for him to express that physically because he's shy, and his chakras are still underdeveloped. So when the woman, so she also gave some to her husband, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were open, and they perceived that they were naked. Naked! And they sewed together fig leaves and made themselves loincloths. Ooh, yeah. And we love clothes, right? If we wouldn't have had these, we'd be just naked and walking around with naked skin. Thank God that we have clothes, and that God allowed us to do this so we could get our fig leaves and sew them together, like however we did, and we made them. Oh, okay, we got to put some clothes. Yeah, so now in the future, we'll be able to wear badass clothes and have fun on Earth. See, we got to stay positive, y'all. All right. They heard the sound of the Lord God moving about in the garden at the breezy time of the day, and the man and his wife hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. The Lord called out to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" He replied, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." Then he asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat of the tree from which I had forbidden you to eat?" The man said, "The woman you put at my side, she gave me of the tree and I ate." And the Lord God said to the woman, "What is it that you have done?" The woman replied, "The serpent duped me and I ate." The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you did this, more cursed shall you be than all cattle, and all the wild beasts on your belly shall you crawl, and dirt shall you eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. They shall strike at your head, and you shall strike at their heel." And to the woman he said, "I will make most severe your pains in childbearing. In pain you shall bear children. You urge for your husband, and he shall rule over you." This sounds fun, y'all. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna have to, and I get to experience pain because guess what? That means I'm living. Oh, all right. And cursed be the ground because of you. By toil shall you eat of it. You know, and we do. We have been working for years, toiling ground, making our. How do we live? We have to make our own food to live. Right? Can I just wake up and live without protein and live without a food source? Probably not. I haven't tried. I did try the whole protein deficiency thing, and I need protein, and I'm going to get it from my fruits and vegetables and my hemp seed. Do you see what I'm saying? It's right there. God gave it there. Gave that to us, okay? But then Adam and Eve, this happened. Then Adam and Eve, right? Okay, they have the twins, right? Cain and Abel, right? Well, Cain gets jealous of what was going on, and so he kills his brother. Where Abel goes, where did Abel go? Right, to heaven? To heaven, right? To live on, and his spirit's going to come live on back on earth, right? And regenerate the earth. I feel that he would possibly reincarnate back into, I don't know. So, it's just so interesting, right? And so they go on, and Cain meets a woman, and he has a child, Enoch. But where did this woman come from? Right? You know what I'm saying? So again, the Bible's there for a reason, and there's a backlog to it, and we can't take everything for face value. But again, it's a beautiful thing, and it's there for a reason, and it's to teach us and for us to contribute back to society and to follow the 10 Commandments. And so that what happens is he sins and he kills, and then boom, everything happens, and then they start killing animals. He kills, and then the animals start dying. And if you see in the movie Noah, but see, Enoch, you see what I'm saying? So it's mixed in. The generations are mixed in. The evil's mixed in with the good. And so everybody is all a child of God. We're all really sinners if you look at it. I mean, if you've watched the movie Noah, he's not for eating meat, but he is for like fighting and violence, and he's still angry. So I'm just, again, it's a beautiful thing, and when you reach Gnosticism, you will understand it more. So, and I'm going to go in again, after all this, and then they say, listen, okay, so God's going to say, kill these animals or whatever. Well, it says that to slaughter these animals and stuff. See, this is after the Cain had already killed his brother. You know what I'm saying? The sin had already started. The sin was already there. You see what I'm saying? So then and he tells them, you can eat this meat, but you can only eat it when I tell you to. And if you do, you better burn it up. And then if you kill the animal, it's a sin offering, and you're not supposed to eat it, really. You only ate it. He only gave permission for Moses, for Aaron and the sons to eat the meat. He never gave permission to anybody else, if you really reading it. And so, you know, and if you kill the animal, you should eat the meat within by the third day. If not, and it's gotta be. And when you take the carcasses of the meat, you are supposed to burn it on top of something so it does not go back into the soil, meaning, and with the dung and everything. Okay. So, and if you watch these documentaries, it's showing you how the soil and everything is going into our ground, but it tells you right here. And they're killing these cows kosher-like and then feeding them. And it tells you right here in the Torah, on the third day, that shit should be gone. You should not be eating it after that. So, you know what I'm saying? We've got to follow the laws of the Torah more, and we got to rid the meat. Come on, baby. And that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and that's 1,000% correct. And so, you know, after what goes on from there, you know, the world is just in sin, but it tells you from the beginning. And so that's what I do. I live plant-based, and it has brought me so much happiness and so much contentment and so much peace in my life. And please read this book, Why We Should Go Vegan, by Magnus Vinding, Vinding. Why We Should Go Vegan. And look at our brother or sister right there. You know what I'm saying? We got to save the souls, y'all. Transmigration of the souls is a real thing, and it starts right now with us. And it's important. It's important. And let me touch on a few things in this book. I've been on here, you know, not quite 40 minutes. I hope everybody had a wonderful Juneteenth. And we did. We had a great Juneteenth. My husband got a rain out, and I got a little retail therapy. I don't do a lot of shopping. I'm real picky. Anyways, I'm not going into that. So I got a little retail therapy, and I needed it. And I did yesterday too. It's a celebration. It's the solstice. And God is just good, and the world is going to get better. And powerful prayer, and pray for veganism, more of a balance, more plant-based, and more love and compassion, and more love and less judging. And I won't say what I was thinking. I'm a little salty. And why should we go vegan? In short, the strongest reason for humanity to go vegan is that it would greatly reduce the suffering of sentient beings, including human beings. That going vegan would generally be better both for us humans and for our fellow sentient beings can seem like a rather bombastic claim to make, and one that requires a good deal of justification. The goal of this short book is to provide this justification. So hopefully, this is like a $6 book on Amazon. And I'm going to read some things that I highlighted. The truth is that legumes such as peanuts, beans, and lentils contain high amounts of protein. Avoiding animal products can help us become healthier, decrease mortality rate. Each single serving of red meat a day increases with 13 to 20%. I think it's higher than that nowadays. It's toxic. You got to think how long before it finally gets on the shelf and they're injecting it with dyes and all kinds of hormones and etc. And red meat consumption is associated with an increased risk of total cardiovascular disease, cancer, mortality. It's just so much. Any diet totally devoid of any kind of flesh can further produce a significant 3 to 6 year increase in life expectancy plus. Look at Loma Linda in California. They are Seventh-day Adventists. So they honor the Sabbath on Saturday, not Sunday. I think Sunday's a great day to have a Sabbath as well, to honor Jesus as well. But Saturday is a day to honor God. And so Yeah, so they honored the Sabbath, and they lived 10 plus years than the normal humans. The flesh of chickens, and again, don't live in the flesh, live in the spirit, living in the flesh. If you're eating flesh, you're living in the flesh. For instance, the flesh of chickens tends to contain high amounts of arsenic. An intake of arsenic should, like an intake of mercury, be minimized. Arsenic is a human carcinogen, is also associated with increased risk of several non-cancer endpoints, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, neuropathy, neurocognitive deficits in children. High arsenic levels might also be part of the reason why consumption of the flesh of chickens and turkeys has been associated with various types of cancer, such as B-cell lymphomas and follicular lymphomas. Chicken flesh is also one of the most bacteria-filled kinds of flesh we eat. I believe that it's probably all of it. Yeah. 97% of the hundreds of samples of chicken flesh they tested contained dangerous bacteria, Enterococcus, which can cause bladder infections, meningitis. 65% contain the fecal contaminant E. coli, salmonella, high levels of bacteria-resistant antibiotics, and then they're giving these antibiotics to the animals to make them bigger. And then now we're becoming resistant to antibiotics. Not me. I don't do that. But, you know, everybody is becoming resistant to antibiotics. Maybe, I don't fucking know. You know, eggs. You know, chicken menstruation. No, I'm good. You know, and again, I have a sticker on my car. You know, it's a picture of a cow. And it says, "Not your mom, not your milk." You know, look at my body when I was 11 years old. I looked like your body, you're drinking cow's milk, a source that was meant to feed a cow, not meant to feed us. We were meant to live off our mother's milk until we were, you know, weaned, and then we had water. We drank water. That was it. Just water. Nothing else. No caffeinated sodas. None of that caca. None of that stuff. That's why I do not drink caffeine. You know, sugar, I use it very, very minimally. And when I do, it fucks with my stomach and makes me sick. So, you know, again, it's been a spiral, and I do less and less and less and less. And it's come to where I just ain't gonna fucking touch it at all, because I'm sick of the pain in my stomach from the shit. Literally, it's shit. A single egg a day increases mortality risk significantly. Duh. It's shit. It's you don't need it. You're not supposed to be eating that stuff. You got plants, and you got vegetables, and now you're gonna have protein sources, you know. So that's just my opinion. Because there's blood in the eggs and stuff, and it says in the Torah, do not eat any animal blood. Where is it? Let me find it. Right here. I want to read this. Let me read these real quick. And it says it. You do not eat animal blood. You don't do it. It says it in here. You got to read it. That's the thing. You have to actually read it. And now I'm not ever going to do bread with yeast. It's choice flour. Unleavened cakes with oil mix in it. Or unleavened wafers. So all my bread from now on, if I get anything, it will be a tortilla chip from Siete. Or a tortilla from Siete. The Siete company. Siete Farms. And, I want to speak on, Beyond Meat. I did speak on that. And Octonauts cashew butter is amazing. I had to cut that out. I can do it occasionally, but it's the lectins. Fuck with me. Excuse my language. It's just a word. And Sweet Lauren cookies. Bam. Perfect. Let me tell you, they're plant-based. And I will do them occasionally. And I just wish they could take the palm oil out and change it over to like a coconut oil or avocado oil or something. But hey, whatever, it is what it is. And they were delicious, and it's a must try. And the Octonauts cashew butter is the bomb. It's like heaven, for real. Like, whoever invented that, thank you. You could even use it for like an icing on a vegan cake or something. So, wedding cake goals. So anyways, yeah, we go on to that, you know, for no leaven or honey may be turned into smoke as an offering. Or honey. See, I don't eat honey anymore. You shall season your meal. I don't know. Eat honey. I don't care. I don't know about the honey thing. I don't know about the honey thing. I'll let you know. We'll be back to the honey thing. I don't know. Because, I don't know. You shall not omit from your meal offering the salt of your covenant with God. With all your offerings, you must offer salt. I'll offer salt. Seasoning. Okay, here it is. All fat is the Lord's. It is a law for all time throughout the ages. In all your settlements, you must not eat any fat or any blood. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the Israelite people thus. When a person unwillingly incurs guilt in regard to any of the Lord's commandments about things not to be done and does not one of them, if it is the anointed priest who has incurred guilt, so that blame falls upon the people, he shall offer for the sin of which he is guilty a bull of the herd without blemish, a sin offering to the Lord. So these are sin offerings. But the hide of the bull and all its flesh, as well as its head and legs, its entrails and its dung, all the rest of the bull, he shall carry to a clean place outside the camp to the ash heap. All the stuff that he'd been burning, you know what I'm saying? On the altar, the ash heap. And burn it up in a wood fire. It shall be burned on the ash heap, not in the ground. Thus the priest shall make expiation for them, and they shall be forgiven. He shall carry the bull outside the camp and burn it as he burned the first bull. It is the sin offering of the congregation. Or when a person touches any unclean thing, be in the carcass of an unclean beast, or the carcass of an unclean cattle, or the carcass of an unclean creeping thing, and the fact has escaped him, and then being unclean, he realizes his guilt. Or when he touches human uncleanness, any such uncleanness whereby one becomes unclean, and though he has known it, the fact has escaped him, but later he realizes his guilt. I'll do things will and there's things that have happened to where back in the past, or when a person utters an oath to bad or good purpose. This is what I was wanting to talk. Whatever a man may utter in an oath, though he has known it, the fact has escaped him, but later he realizes guilt of any of these matters. He shall confess that wherein he has sinned, and he shall ask for forgiveness, and he shall bring his penalty to the Lord. And see, and back then, they were making you, when you did it, you had to take one of your goats and go take it to him and kill it. See, nowadays, God don't make you do that. But see, y'all are doing that because you're eating it already. And that's why everybody dies so young, and everybody is dying so young, you know. Women, men, late 20s nowadays are getting becoming diabetic. And it's in the milk, it's in the hormones in the milk, in the meat, it's in there. Because of the sin, because God said, okay, well, but this is the way it was supposed to be. And so now we say, well, guess what? We want to help all these souls. So we need to get right with God. And we need to remove the caca from our stuff. And if it takes a little ritual work and performing a ritual to cleanse the soul, to get you to act right, then so be it. So be it. You know, and that's what the LBRP is. The LBRP will cleanse your aura, will cleanse your soul, and will put you on the path of doing path work with the Tree of Life through Kabbalah by purifying the soul, and you come out victorious, and you come out strong, and you come out vegan, and you come out, you don't need the makeup anymore. I do occasionally, but to feel beautiful, you don't need all that fake lashes, the implants and all that, none of that, you know. And then you just start making your body beautiful by working out, like actually working for it and not getting it cut open and getting it surgery. And you have to work. That's the thing, is you have to work these. It's like working steps for the AA. This is path working the path, and that's what the souls were brought here to do at this date and time in 2024. Is to be purified. And so you either get purified or you die and you go on and you reincarnate again, and you come back and you learn the lessons again, and you will come back and do high magic. And eventually the world will all be magicians, just like it is in heaven. So that's me. I'm Mary Magdalene. I am the way. I am the truth. I'm the light. And I bring you world peace with veganism. And if you want to feel better and to be happier and to awaken your inner god or goddess, you've got to give up the meat. Got to give up the meat. And then that's when Source can really start working on you, because you cannot be consuming the flesh of your brothers and sisters, my loves. It's cannibalism. And it's 100%, 1000% facts. And this is brought to you by my father, my Papa God, Hope, all right? And this is what he brings me here for. And so Kabbalah and the 22 Passive Healing. This is a wonderful book. I am on the Hebrew letter Samek, the 15th letter, path 25, from Tiphareth to Yesod. Yeah, from Tiphareth to Yesod. And Samek is it's a building block to and help to improve sleep. The only Hebrew letter that can help improve sleep and rest. And it's the it looks like kind of like the Ouroboros, and it can rebalance the solar plexus. So when you do your middle pillar, this is a good one to meditate on and picture that in your when you're doing that, however you want to do that, and to help rebalance the central nervous system as well. Samek. So, prone to acne, compelling reasons to avoid dairy products, especially if one is prone to acne. Why do you think men are running around with the man boobs? You know, it's the hormones and the cow's milk. You're drinking milk you're drinking baby cow's food source. Similar link has been found between consumption of dairy and both breast and prostate cancer. Earlier onset of puberty compared to... Oh, yeah, let me speak on my daughter. Our brother or sister, remember that. Our brother and sister in Christ. My daughter, is going through, the change... 11 and a half, and... I guess it could be worse. I feel like it should have been bumped back a couple years. But, and attuning to the universal forces is what this is. And it's a quantum entanglement. That's right. Becoming multidimensional and kind of becoming AI in a way, in a sense. Oh, and let me touch on this Truvani. Now, if you're like me and real funny about that, I want to say this product is manufactured in a facility that processes other products which may contain milk, eggs, fish, shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, sesame, and soybean, which all of these things, none of these I can eat. And so I was like, oh my God. So that could have been contributing to it. And if you're sensitive to things like that, then you might want to be careful. And the OWN, I'm not real sure. I haven't checked on that, but I haven't had one in a couple days. And it also says, consuming this product can expose you to lead, which is known to the state of California to cause birth defects or other reproductive harm. So that there as well. So there was just a little bit left, and of course I won't be using that anymore, but hey, more power to you if you want to use the Truvani. But I would just be cautious of what you put in your body nowadays, and or try to be, I just be aware. That's the thing, is being aware and being woke to what's going on in the world. And again, that's why I'm here, and that's my mission. And honoring my grandmothers and my grandfathers and my forefathers and all the above, and my papa. And I want to speak on this. I want to say this is the coolest thing, and this is so our angel brings us. I want to say our HGA brings us. Us women or the men. Now, if the men are more mystic-like and more spiritual, the angels will bring it to the husbands or the men, not even husband, whatever. And the baby's name. So if your wife is pregnant or whatever, then the spirit will bring its, So my dad named me, so that makes sense because my dad was more of a mystic, and I am going all natural, as you can see in my hair. And I'm excited to see what color my hair comes out. And like I say, when you're doing this work, it's almost like we're Hatchimals, because I'm just not the same woman that I was. And you can look back on my YouTube videos, I've matured. I feel like I've gone from this just scared, timid, shy little girl to this woman who is full of life and energy and just ready to take on the world. And I'm not shy. I have no anxiety. I don't, all the sins that were bothering before are gone. It's just a miracle. I am a walking and talking miracle. And it's all because of the power of the Shekinah, the power of God. And Kabbalah. Kabbalistic teachings attribute disease to our transgressions. Humbly admitting our shortcomings and subsequently improving our character has a direct effect on our physical health. So that's why when we're like, I'm greedy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm gluttonous, please forgive me. And then immediately our inner God's like, okay. And then our angels and the elementals start working for us. And, kidneys, spiritual function, gate of faith and destiny. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I've heard, and I believe it to be true. Materialism breeds bacteria. And I believe that to be true, because your body is out of line with how God wants you to be, or has intended you to be, and wants you to be. Deep breathing allows the element of air to temper between the excess of water and fire to restore balance. And so this is important. And when you're doing the QC, this will help you. And it's important to breathe. Breathing is important. Breathing is so important. And just breathing how you were born to breathe. And, turning the TV off and getting all the sound. You've got to learn to meditate without all the external stuff going on, because it's just numbing. TV is numbing. Eating is numbing. Videoing is numbing. All of it, on the go, it's just numbing. So to be able to sit, that's when nobody's sitting out nowadays. Nobody's resting. Everybody's going, sitting, and nobody's stopping to realize this is a sinful mess. We got to stop for a minute and breathe and say, wait a minute, why are we really here? And okay, this is why I'm really here. I'm here to be a better person and to make the earth a better person, make the earth a better world. And so it takes a team. It takes a team. And God's got this. And I know it. And I pray, again, I pray for world peace, and I pray for more veganism and more love and compassion. And so yeah, your senses come back through veganism. You do. You smell. Your senses come back. And I saw this. I saw this in a dream, and it was like a switch. Literally, my body is like a robotic, And I see, and it turned to veganism. It went from I saw it switch from from meat eater to vegan. And it was like something just totally switched. I had to switch over to a totally different system. And so, it's the best diet for your health, but it's not only the best diet for your health, it's the best diet for the environment. And not only the animals, but our human animals as well, the humans. Our children, our children's children, our children's children. Do we want them to be around? Yes. If it keeps going the way it is and we don't switch over to plant-based, then we will not have an earth left. We will not have great-great-grandchildren to pass this earth down to and to continue our legacies. We've got to be good stewards of Mother Earth, is what we have to be. Animals designed for friendship, not tyranny over the earth. Genesis 1:29-3, Genesis 3:17-19. Now, no mention of killing sentient beings for food. The Essenes, the original Christians. Yeah, Beyond Meat, I spoke on that. Meat, direct sin against Christ, eating, consuming the flesh and the meat. Compassion, godliness, and honor over carnality, fleshly lusts and traditions of men. And Romans 14:21. And God's eternal will for humanity and animals alike can cause non-believers to reject Christ because of their compassion towards animals. And I believe that. That's why it's important for Christians to be vegan, because if you say, wow, I might not want to be a Christian because look, they're eating animals, so I'm a Christian, but I'm a different kind of Christian. I'm a new breed Christian. And you're turning on your light. You've got to turn on, you're turning on your light, and you're not living in the flesh anymore. You're living in the spirit when you live off plants. Yeah, months old, bleaching, dyeing, etc. to make it look fresh. Menstrual discharge of fowls. Do it for compassion and then your health. Doing the right things, the next right thing. Living by the spirit, not the flesh. I want to speak on, these vegan bodybuilders, etc. Like Nehemiah Delgado. And, you can still build muscle and not eat meat. The supplements are out there. You've got the protein powders. You've got Beyond Meat Company, all these other ones, Impossible Meat Company. Some of them, a lot of them do contain the soy and the wheat, but some of them don't. And there's more coming out. Some people can hack that. Some can't. So it's in the DNA. Either you can or you can't. End of obesity. My gosh, the obesity is just, it's sad. It is. It's sad. And then that's the standard American diet. So there you go. And I'm praying for the end of obesity. Healthy vegan diets for everyone. No heart disease, no cancer, no depression, high self-esteem for everyone. And, I want to say a BMI average for vegans is like 23 something. And for non-vegans is like 28, 29. So that's a big deal. Good for mental health. You think we take on feelings all day, every day when we go into stores, etc., etc. And if you think about if you have a conversation or you see someone and it lingers in your mind, that's just taking that on, that image and that form. And then it affects your mood because you feel like you need to be something more because you might need to be something more. And so, again, you're clearing that out, and then you're becoming who you are truly God meant you to be. And greater intake of fruits and vegetables can reduce risk of depression, improve mood, okay? And because how do you think the cows and the goats and everything, all the animals, the pigs and chickens, how feel? Well, there you go. End of story. So, and everybody's walking around, they feel all the same way. And that instead of the merriness that Mary brings you through the work, through Kabbalah, through the work of high magic, through the, starting with the LBRP. And then again, look at the diseases that the meats carry, H1N1, all the zoonotic SARS, salmonella. Where did HIV come from? They started eating apes and stuff and then brought it over here. Again, do you know what I'm saying? You are what you eat, Don't stop it. Please, for God. If not, then, will you answer it for when you pass away? I don't know. Again, you that's not for me to worry about. But the thing is for me to press that is important. If you really, 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 truly want to be happy in life, and the true gift of the spirit, the true fruit of the spirit, then you have to give up meat. You have to. 2 million people become sick due to resistant antibiotics now because they're pumping all the animals. I said that. Blah, 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 blah. I know, but it is what it is. Ammonia pollution. 51% of the greenhouse gases, and it could have gone up for 51% of the greenhouse gases is why agriculture. Why is our rainforest getting, why deforestation? Why agriculture? Research it. It's there. Please watch Cowspiracy. Please watch Earthling. Joaquin Phoenix narrates that. We raise and kill more than 70 million land animals yearly to eat. We feed them with 40% of all the grain, enough to feed 2 billion people. Think about that. You're feeding all these big ass cows just to feed y'all's asses. Just to feed, when y'all could just be living off plants and be so much happier and vibrant and beautiful skin. And then you wouldn't need all that shampoo and conditioner and all the makeup to help your skin look pretty. Because your plant-based products are going to make your skin look pretty. And make your hair shine. I wash my hair literally like twice a week, maybe. You know? And I did just go to the hairdresser and get a trim. But most of the time my hair be nice. And I don't use a flat iron. I don't use a hair dryer. Ever. But I still be looking beautiful with no makeup. With no makeup. Because I don't need it to feel beautiful. I feel just as beautiful without. If not even more beautiful, because I know I'm giving back to the world. Giving back to Mother Earth that has given me so much. Just the breath of life. And I see so many of y'all. Y'all have so much. So much that so many people wish for. But that people just, it's like y'all don't see it. And then y'all continue to hurt the earth. Give back to Mother Earth. Give back to Mary Magdalene. Give back to God. Give back to your children. Give back to your grandchildren. Give back to your ancestors. But number one, do it for God. And do it for your soul, which is part of God. That's you. You know? Just release the flesh. It's an addiction. It's an addiction. How can anybody sit here and judge me on my marijuana smoking when you are sitting there consuming flesh every day? And not to mention the greed. Not to mention the greed. I mean, I got scabies because I obsessed over some $2 leggings. You know? Hey, but I'm Mary Magdalene and I like it that way because I don't want to be greedy. No, I want to be a child of God and I want to set an example. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to do this work and you're going to get scabies, but you know, hey, you know, path working. Let me tell you something. I came out victorious through that. And I can say, I'm a fucking soldier, dude. Man, I'm a fucking G. I've been through this, I've been through that, and I fucking had scabies, dude. Yeah, I've dealt with bed bugs a couple times, sorry. But, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? I lived through it. I was fine. I smiled every day through it. That's path working, you know? And sometimes you got to get rid of that shit, you know? Get rid of it. Just a lot of that shit we don't need. And that's the thing. When you die, you know, you got to release that. And it makes it worse. It makes it worse. And I don't know exactly. And I don't want to touch on that because I'm not trying to breathe fear nowhere. I'm just saying this is why we do this. Is to save our souls now. And to save the earth. Saving the earth saves our souls. Saving the soul saves the earth. And in return, gives back to heaven and saves heaven. You know? So, it is what it is. We've got to be vegan. We have to. More of it. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying at least if we could 50%. More marijuana use. More Mary Jane. Definitely. Up the cannabinoids. We need it. Forces hunger in poor countries. And it balances your hormones too. After you get off all that, your hormones will balance out. I believe that my daughter, she was going through a little phase where she was obsessing over some, and I hate to use her, I don't want to embarrass her or anything. That's why I don't like posting pictures and stuff. I would never do that. I would never want to embarrass her in the future and stuff. And what if she doesn't like that in the future? And so, you know, but what if that's the new breed and we don't do that? We don't do Facebook and show off things that fakeness. I call it fake book. Because all in all, it's you putting on a facade, a smile, when inside really things are bothering you and you're hurting, etc. And so, and sickness and stuff, and nobody ever touches on that, and nobody ever touches on what's really important. And so that's why I stay off all that, and it hurts me so I have to stay away from it. And my daughter, she got a real itchy eczema behind her left ear. I say, oh, that was thought, Papa Tahuti, showing me and to tell her that too much materialism, and it breeds bacteria. And so she got like a little bacteria infection behind her ear, and we had to go get some cream and stuff for it. And but she stopped with all that. We don't do that. We don't obsess over things, material things anymore at all. And I've whatted up. What's the last thing? The last two things I bought are off Amazon. The last thing I bought was a book. And so, I'd say, do I really need that? Anything I bought, oh, I didn't buy that, And yeah. Rudolf Steiner says that materialism breeds bacteria, and removing the sugar is important. It's bad for you too, but should I be right, dude? Oh yeah, on the Sabbath, it's important not to collect manna on the Sabbath. I've been on here over an hour, and I'm going to stop here in a minute. But it's important not to collect manna on the Sabbath. And also, overcoming your lower nature. And plants have no nervous system. So, because people say, well, aren't plants living too, etc. Plants have no nervous system. So this is how we go. And so that's why I quit feeding my beardy his wormies. And punish, reward, purify. Transmigration. We don't want to transmigrate back into animals. That's the thing. You want to, if you're going to reincarnate, you want to reincarnate as a higher being, right? Or just go on to heaven where you're supposed to go originally, where we're going to go, So it's better to go ahead and purify yourselves here than to wait and to purify yourself after death. That's the simple thing, is to purify yourself now rather than purifying yourself after death. That way you can make sure that your soul goes right back to heaven and not back here to a lesser being. And Zoroaster, he was a Persian fire god or fire magician. And Capricorn is ascent, and Capricorn is ascent, and a Cancer descent. Simon Magus, founder of Gnosticism. And my cat, he's crazy, I love him. 1930. What we eat, how much meat we eat in a day now compared to 1930 was 1 year. And the word is in the spirit contained in all earthlings. Vegetation, the word is there. The Spirit of God is there in everything. But especially in the nervous system, definitely the ones with the nervous systems, because they can feel and they have a nervous system, and we can plant little entities in there. So, heaven is pretty much AI. And here we get to come and live in these beautiful bodies and experience earth living, and in heaven we do not have these bodies. Let's just put it that way. So Juneteenth was great. It was amazing. And the solstice is today with the full moon in Capricorn. Attuning to the universal forces is what I do. I am Mary Magdalene. I am the way, the truth, the light, and I love you. And I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day, and I'll be back soon. I'm really looking forward to hopefully somebody getting me a tarot deck soon. I need one. And is there anything else I want to say? Have a blessed day. The answers are in the Torah, so I'm continuing to read, and Spirit wakes me up around midnight, a little after, and that's the best time to get to know God. And hopefully you get have some wonderful sex this weekend, because the power of sex, the Shekinah is there, and just enjoy it. Be careful, intermingle with, But God's got you. Don't live in fear. If you want to have sex, have sex. But again, use a condom, okay? Why am I talking about this? Don't fucking know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna be back soon, and I'm gonna be. Oh, listen, follow me on TikTok, and I have my Facebook page. Facebook page is the High Magic Experience, or the High Magic Experience in H-Town. I can't remember. And my TikTok is the High Magic Experience, and I have a Instagram called the High Magic Experience, and I also go under Lilith Star Johnson. That's more. All right, my babes. See you soon. Have a blessed day. I'm going to get my work in out later. Remember, honor the Sabbath. No collecting mana on Saturday. And no bearding, no building and tearing down things. If you don't have to. Let me speak on this. If you have work that has to be done, like clogged sinks, etc. and stuff, get your work done. God's not going to be mad at you, okay? It's just that's just a day to, because people need to rest. Some people are workaholics. And so this forces you to rest one day out of 7. Come on now. You can do it. I love you, my little beasts. Mommy says have a blessed day, okay? And I'll be back soon. Bye, babes.